Hey guys, what's going on? Yes, it is finally time for the Hiei guide. Sorry for pushing it off so much. I just didn't have the time last week, and with all the new games and PS5 coming out, I'd kind of been distracted. I'm gonna try and get this done as best and as fast as I can because I do want to play other games, so let's get right to it. For Hiei's first ability, Sword of the Darkness Flame, it connects with the second, third, fourth, and fifth light, as well as all three heavies, and only a charged up tilt. For his second ability, Purgatory Scorch, it connects with the second, third, fourth, and fifth light, all three heavies, as well as a charged up tilt. Everything the first ability did, so I'm not going to make you sit through this and watch it. It's all the same lights, all the same heavies, and only the charged up tilt. For his third ability, After Image, it connects with the second, third, fourth, and fifth light, all three heavies, as well as the charged up tilt. The only difference for the charged up tilt is you need to vanish forward and let the ability go. Pretty much all his abilities non-upgraded connect with the same lights, heavies, and charge up tilt. Finally, for Hiei's ultimate, Dragon of the Darkness Flame, it connects with every single light, every single heavy, all the down tilts, charge down tilt, charge up tilt, and the first two up tilts. The only thing it does not connect on is the third up tilt. Now just some general tips about the abilities. For the first ability, you can charge it and it does go and increase distance. The damage does not increase itself. For the second ability, after you have ulted and landed the ultimate, your flame will turn blue, which will let you land the first ability after, as well if you want to lead up with the the third ability, After Image, which I'll tell you right here. If you do use Sword of the Darkness Flame, then After Image, it will follow up into a combo like this and do tons of damage. The rest of this video, if I ever refer to Hiei as being upgraded, I am just referring to when he lands his ultimate and absorbs the dragon. So in this case, when I'm saying if you have not absorb the dragon and you want to land something after the second ability, you need to dash, time it right, and land a light or heavy. You can do this, take some practice. It's actually simpler than it seems, as you can see right there. You can just follow up into another combo. You can do the same thing with the upgraded Purgatory Scorch, but this is mainly for when you're not upgraded because you cannot land the first ability right now. For After Image, if you just want to hold it down and press on your analog stick, you can go in any direction you want. This does and will avoid most ultimates. You can avoid most abilities, and if your opponent whiffs an attack, it will give you the cutscene. It will do extra damage. It's very hard to get this cutscene if you were just using After Image by itself. But let's say Goku whiffs a light here and I let this go. It will give you this cutscene that we see right here and will do a little bit of extra damage. Now this isn't too helpful, but it can be guarded out of, so if your opponent is going to use a ranged attack, feel free to just guard. Of course, you could just be fancy and sidestep it. However, there's another use to this ability. If you are just in a stalemate for whatever reason, just holding this down, you can actually press on the guard button, like I said, to cancel it, and then quickly press another ability button to go right away. So if I want to do Purgatory Scorch, I just press guard and triangle right away, but I have to let go of guard and do it, and it looks like it's pretty much canceled out After Image into Purgatory. You can do the same thing with Sword of Darkness. You just got to go a little bit faster. As you can see, it's not fluent, but if you do it pretty fast, it might be hard to react to, could catch some opponents off guard. And if you are wondering, yes, it does work for your ultimate. It's pretty good at baiting out something if you are trying to raw ult to get the upgraded Hiei, or if you're just trying to land an ultimate in general. And if you're wondering, yes, you can do this for After Image. However, it doesn't really do much except kind of walk closer to your opponent in a funny stance. Of course, doing this does take the bar, so be careful with that. For Hiei's stage transitions, you can do it on the third, fourth, and fifth light. It's actually pretty nice to have a character that can do this on multiple lights. You cannot do it on the second. However, you can still land a fully charged heavy. However, if you do it on the second light here, it's just going to give you the fully charged heavy and not the stage transition effect. Now for his grab, I will say this is probably one of the worst grabs in the game. It's just atrocious to even like watch. It's not even fancy, it's not flashy. The only good thing about it is it sets both you and opponent in a neutral position, so if you're trying to relieve some pressure off you, you can, I guess, do that. Now, you can grab off every single light except for the first and last light, of course. However, it's all very slow, and the only good thing about this grab is it's because it's so slow, most people are going to just backstep or maybe even jump or sidestep, and you can use an ability maybe to catch them. A lot of people tend to use after image or just purgatory during these mix-ups. We'll get to obviously more mix-ups later into the video, but for now I just want to tell you, grabbing usually not the best option with Hiei, but sometimes because it's not the best option, people won't expect it and you can get a quick grab in sometimes. Alright guys, so right about now we get into the advanced stuff and go over his Vanish combos, and sadly Spike decided to just give him built-in Vanish combos. As you can see, this is just me pressing square, so that kind of gets rid of the fact of vanishing for us, because if we vanish, it doesn't actually connect with any of the lights that we want, right? Most of the time it will reset into another beginning light or anything like that, and we'll have to go from there, which will just eventually give the opponent to whiteout. And as you can see, everything just whiffs if you try and vanish. So I'm going to show you guys one tip on the lights, and that's really all I can find that's actually useful. So guys, I don't recommend you vanishing with Hiei on his light string, but if you're going to, the only time to do it is on his third light. So 1, 2, 3, vanish in place and do the other light. As you can see, it hits him, but it does not keep him in the air, so now it gives us a chance for a reset. So guys, during this reset, the only thing I would actually recommend doing is to vanish in place and then delay pressing square one more time. So 1, 2, 3, vanish square, delay the other square, and it will come up behind him and hit him. Of course, they can guard right here. They could probably sidestep it. Most people probably won't expect you to appear right behind them. The other thing you can try and do is just do a charge up tilt or down tilt. This generally only works if they're pressing our button or guarding. I'll show you here in a sec. Only because for some reason when I try and delay the down tilt, the only thing that happens, ooh, I did delay it that time. Okay, it worked out. So if you just practice with that timing, 3, boom, delay the down tilt, there we go, gets up, fully charged down tilt, you can continue with the combo. I do recommend going just for the delaying of the square, because you'll come back, do some lights, and then you can just go into a heavy and then any type of combos. But I'm going to show you what that looks like when the opponent is pressing a button or holding guard. So if your opponent is pressing a button or holding guard, we're going to go with holding guard first. This is what it's going to look like. They're going to stand up right in front of you and hold guard, in which you can still do the same things. However, the down tilt or up tilt option is looking a little better now, because you might catch them off guard with the down tilt right here as they get up right away. So let's go one more time. I'm just going to do it fluently. 1, 2, 3, vanish, square, down tilt right away, boom. And if they're reacting to this, you could of course half charge that down tilt and then continue to combo in another way. So if I wanted to go boom, 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 and then half charge it, it might catch them when they try and sidestep, and then you can do whatever follow up with any other combos. Of course, we'd go into assists if you have an assist to try and bait out the sidestep. Regardless, that's what it looks like when they're guarding. If they are not guarding, this is what it's going to look like. You vanish, boom, and then they stand up right in front of you. Of course, this leads us to the other two options. Again, same thing. Just do a half charge down tilt or a full charge down tilt. And of course, if you want to do the up tilt as well, you can. It's up to you. But I recommend doing a down tilt always, because Hiei's down tilt is pretty nice and it does involve a restand. For his heavies, for the Vanish combos, the only one we can actually do confirmed is the second heavy. So 2 heavies, vanish, and then do the third heavy. Remember, if you don't know how to vanish, you press X and then point your analog stick in the direction you want to vanish to. Now, sometimes this actually can miss, and that's only because if you vanish in place or too far away from the opponent, it will whiff, as you see right there. So you do need to point your analog stick in the direction the opponent is or is going to be. Now, if we are looking to do some resets, doing it after the first heavy is a pretty good option. So if we do one heavy, vanish, and do a second heavy, as you can see, it hits, but he is in a position for a reset. So what I like to do in this situation is do a fully charged down tilt. It will hit him as he gets up, and then we actually just continue the whole process right here. So down tilt hits, jump, heavy, heavy one more time, vanish, heavy, down tilt, and we can just keep this string going. Now, he doesn't white out because he actually fully stands during this down tilt right here, and he will not white out. But obviously, most opponents you face will not be stupid enough to keep getting hit by this. I could be wrong though, you never know. And so I'm going to show you what you guys could do as different options if they sidestep or if they're guarding. So if you've watched most of these guys, you should know what's coming up. If they are guarding or pressing a button, they're just going to stand right in front of you. So as I try and do a down tilt or whatever, they are ready. So if they sidestep, again, your options are to do a half charge down tilt into a fully charged down tilt. Now again, if they do guard your down tilt, you have the option of going into a character's infinite. Now if you don't remember what an infinite is just an infinite combo by doing a down tilt right away and a half charge up tilt. You can just go into a light combo again, and your opponent has to basically block escape right here to get out of this. They can't do anything else. You're keeping them in a block string. So if we do this Vanish combo here and they guard right here, and you are not comfortable just finishing out the down tilts or don't have an assist to call you up to keep you safe, just do the infinite real fast and eventually you'll hit them. And let's say you do hit them, so let's pretend I get the down tilt and I do the infinite. You can still rock with the infinite because doing a down tilt and an up tilt will not wipe them out like you saw right there. The only reason I did that is because I did a couple lights before, so you still have that option. Sorry if that was confusing. I do tend to ramble a bit. Let me show you what I mean by this. So do, boom, and there's the infinite right there. So even if you're scared you're gonna miss the down tilt or whatever, just half charge it or even just do it right away, and you should be able to catch them if they're blocking or just standing up. And after the infinite, if you do it right, you should be able to actually just land some heavies after it. So if you just do a down tilt and then half charge up tilt, should be able to do some heavies. Now I don't know why it's not working right there, so let's just, there we go, did it right. And if we wanted to, I believe we can just keep the cycle going. I'm not sure if he whites out, but we're about to find out. All right, you can keep the cycle going this way as well. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty confusing. Your opponent will catch on to it once in a while. However, if they start to guard, most people will guard. You can just literally keep them in an infinite and do any other mix-ups I show you later on in the video. Getting into his Vanish strings, like I said before, for his lights, they're not going to be that many. And in fact, there's really only one. And that's after the 5th light is if you Vanish, dash, and then hold your light button, you'll hit them as they get up. Now, of course, they have a chance to sidestep. They can guard. You could probably break their guard. And I'm going to show you that right here. So after this, I believe, sorry, 4th light. Actually, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, after the 5th light, vanish, dash, and then hold your light button, and you can hit them in the air right there. I'm not going to cut right here. I'm just going to show you guys what it's like when they guard. So if they're guarding during this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, vanish, dash, hold light, and right when they get up or guard, it will hit them. Let me go ahead and show you if they are just pressing some buttons here. So if they're pressing some buttons, this is what it's going to look like. Pretty much the same deal. Nothing too fancy. And there you go. Right when they get up, they're going to get hit with a light, and you can follow it up with whatever. If you're using a certain assist, some assists will hit. So let's see if Toguro hits actually. Should be able to. Called that in a little early, but you could also do that. Try and catch him on the sidestep. Yep, Toguro will hit, and of course you could just follow up with anything like that. So depending on what assist you have, it can be really good for you. All right, for Hiei's heavies, it only works on the second one. So if we do 2 heavies, vanish, then dash, we will hit right there. And of course, we're gonna go with the classic down tilt. Of course, you should probably be seeing a pattern right here. If we do a charge down tilt, right when he gets up, it will hit. We could also do the half charge, I believe. Let me see real fast. Half charge if he tries to sidestep, it should catch him. But let me go ahead and show you guys what it looks like when they're guarding. So if they're guarding, this is what it's going to look like. Of course, they're going to stand up right in front of you, and you do have a couple different options here. Half charge down tilt, half charge up tilt, half charge, or sorry, full charge down tilt, full charge up tilt, whatever you want to do. However, now we can actually just charge a regular light, which is a little bit faster than down tilt. So charge a light right here. We could also probably grab. Let me see if the grab will work. Something I don't really want you to do, but we could grab. Yep. Grab will work, but of course it's not the best, and we want to kind of keep putting up pressure right away. We don't want a neutral stance, so I recommend going with the infinite maybe, or doing something different. Up to you, but that's what it looks like when they are guarding. When they are not guarding, this is what it's going to look like. So 2 heavies, vanish, dash, and then of course they stand up right in front of you. However, they are not pressing anything. Let me just give you a friendly reminder that if they have an assist, they are able to call it out in desperation mode when like you're doing all this. So if they have a very powerful assist, Red Hawk, Toguro, anything very fast and just super armor, it will be able to hit you. So be careful of that. You can also, of course, do a half charge light, just in general, like this light right here. It's actually very good. Catches them when they try and jump, catches them when they try and sidestep. very powerful. Just another great option. So you have all the options, or sorry, the same options you have when they are guarding, but they just restand right here. Of course, you can do the infinite as well, something I'm a big fan of. Just go boom, boom, in case they do guard, then go into heavies again, then boom, boom, right? But most of the time, opponents will catch on to this, so you will have to mix up in ways that you haven't already. If you want to be even fancier, you can jump right here, then try and go for a down heavy or something to just mix up your opponent. My favorite is to jump and go for an instant transmission. I messed up right there. Hiei is kind of difficult. And then call in my assist or whatever, catch him, do some damage. Many options, guys. Play around with it, but the standard are down tilts and up tilts. Maybe even the light and grab. Getting into his Vanish mix-ups, I'm going to start you guys off easy. One light, Vanish, and then grab. Great thing. It usually works for almost every character. Now, Hiei's grab, of course, we're not a big fan of it. However, this is just something you generally want to do. So you could also Vanish, dash, move up a bit, then grab. If you try and Vanish, dash, and grab without moving up, this is what's going to do. It's going to reset it right away because Goku is still technically blocking. So you need to Vanish, dash, move a little bit forward, and grab. I will say if we want to spice it up a bit more, if you dash and you start do this, most people, whoa, that was fast. Most people will expect the grab after this. Why is he moving so fast when I do that? Man, geez, whew. If I go left for some reason, he just books it, man. What the? Okay, hold on. Wait, that's actually kind of useful. Okay, so what I'm doing right there, guys, is something maybe that works on most characters. I don't know. Is I Vanish, dash, and I'm moving left and also in a circle. As you can see right there, you actually saw the dust come off my feet. What the heck? So hey, if you start to get them, or if you start to condition them to fear this kind of grab mix-up right here, someone that I use, of course, as when I'm playing Hiei as an assist is Toguro. You could also use Luffy or something like that. I would bait their sidestep here and then call an assist. It'll hit them. And I'm loving this freaking speed move right here. I don't know why, but you could probably catch some opponents off doing something. I don't know what we would need to do. You can also go right, apparently. I don't know what it is, but you're just moving fast. So there's something for you guys. Alright, this is for every character. I don't know why it's there, but hey, we can use it for every character, and if you want to import it into your gameplay, go for it. I just kind of figured that out now. I don't know why I'd never done it. It's just a small speed boost. I don't think you get much out of it, but you know, if something happens, you could bait out like a grab right there. You can run away out of the distance before they can grab, and then you should be able to punish them or something like that. You never know what you can use it for, but that's kind of funny. So there you go. So again, guys, on his lights, I gave you that first one because really that's the only one that's good. All the other ones, I don't recommend vanishing and trying to mix up. The only thing I would do is just to delay the lights. So if I'm trying to bait out something, I would just delay this one right here and maybe even delay this one, and it might catch him. Now, the sad thing is on his last light, you can't actually land anything besides maybe an assist after. You can't even R3 after it, which I don't even understand. We can't do this. We can't do anything. It's just a really bad light in general, so I don't recommend doing that. Now, of course, if I'm just gonna teach you mix-ups in general, the one I love to go for is just honestly doing purgatory right away, because people are mostly trigger happy, and this actually does track sidesteps very well if they sidestep way too early, so they will get hit. And also if they don't sidestep on time, of course they will get hit because it is a command grab. So if they're guarding, just trying to take everything, they will get hit. And of course if you hit them, you can follow up with a light if you're not like me and don't miss, and do a combo after. Now, another personal favorite is to just use after image and then get them on the side step or back step, because it does have a pretty far reach. If I'm just over here and it goes a little forward, it will catch them on the back step. Of course, another good one you can do is just to hold this and then actually wait for them to sidestep or backstep, let it go. Now, I did some testing, and I didn't test every single character, so I could be very much wrong about this, but when you are doing the lights and you do use the sword, they should not be able to grab you out of it, as well as the after image. However, most characters should be able to grab you out of purgatory, as well as if you just charge the sword in general. So if you're just doing an ability mix-up, be careful. They can get you out of this, but if they're just holding guard right here, I guess I'll just let you know right here. The sword is safe if you use after image after and hit right away. However, most people know this, so if you do use this sword and then use after image, they're waiting for you to do this, in which you could just either backstep or guard right away, or just after, don't even waste a bar and then just hit them again or guard because they're too nervous about it being safe. So up to you, but I honestly recommend, guys, for mix up, just use the abilities. just use the abilities. There's not a lot of good Vanish mix-ups we can do. Even the first heavy is very slow after the grab. And plus, Hiei's abilities are super good because they all chain together, so very worth it if you land even just one of them. Now, I will say for Hiei's lack of mix-ups in general, he trades that off for damage because his first ability and third ability when combined together, especially when he's the Awakened Hiei, is just amazing. It's huge damage, and I'm okay the fact that there's a lot of lack of mix-ups here. And I'll say this, the only issue though is you're trying to land your abilities during these mix-ups. The only problem is most people in higher level will just guard. They're not as trigger happy as some people in the lower level. They're not scared, so they don't sidestep right away. Most people will just hold guard. And so the threat of the grab for Hiei is not very big because the grab, you don't get anything off of it. You just get grab damage, which is of course okay, but you can't even provide pressure right again, like say JoJo's grab where you can dash after and start hitting your opponent right away. It's just, if your opponent's just holding guard, of course go for grabs, but it's just not that threatening. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you're versing a Hiei, just guard, man. Don't be afraid of anything. Just guard. Wait for the opportune moment. If you see a moment to sidestep or backstep, do it. But other than that, don't be afraid of the grab because the grab will reset you in a neutral position. And I believe you're actually plus sometimes as the opponent. And you should be able to sidestep and get out of there and reset and do whatever you need to do. All right, we got some combos time. I think it's pretty obvious what the combos are going to look for. We're actually going to go starting with the unupgraded Hiei. 3 heavies into Purgatory, dash, light, and then go into the sword right away into After Image. And if you want to call your assistant, go for it. Right here, I'd probably charge up more bars just in general, but you could go for more damage and just do 3 heavies into sword again. Nice 50% combo. That usually works with any assist. I enjoy Toguro because, like I said in my best combo video, Hiei is just, if not better, than the Aizen Toguro kind of meta here. So if I just do 3 heavies and then sword and then After Image, call in Toguro, and then I'm going to do 2 heavies so he can't escape as a 3rd heavy here, and do After Image. Great damage. Yes, it is a 4-bar combo, but most of the time you will have enough bars to do this. And it's just such easy damage. That's the key word there. It's just so easy. If you land the sword, you land After Image, and if your assist is up, you can do it again if you have the bar. If not, just get 3 heavies. Maybe bait out the escape right here. You can super cancel, do a lot of stuff. This is the main combo you're going to see every Hiei player do, and it's very simple. Now, if we're going to do some Awakened combos here, what I'd recommend is actually doing 3 heavies into the sword first. You'll see a lot of people probably do Purgatory first, but I'm going to recommend doing the sword because right around here is when it starts to scale. So might as well use Purgatory at the end here to get the confirmed ultimate, because if you ult, they cannot escape after this. And if you do it the other way where you use Purgatory first, then the sword after, they should be able to escape during some lights and heavies. And as you can see right here, very good damage, 85%, and we get upgraded Hiei, and I'll show you the combos we have right there for him. Alright, so as we're upgraded Hiei, nothing's really going to change. If we're unawakened and we're just going for damage, just go the 3 heavy route into this. And as you can see, we're already doing a lot more damage just because he's just upgraded in general. So there we go. I think the other one was around 60. This is looking more like 65, maybe even 68, 69, whatever. The point is, though, you get more damage. And of course, if we want to, we could just go into Purgatory, just get confirmed damage in case we think he's going to escape. Land the sword right here, After Image if we want, and then Toguro. And right here, I charge up more bars. You could at least get a good 2.5 bars before the opponent stands up. And what do you know, we're back to 3 bars and we have some amazing pressure already. Just a quick tip, you might see a lot of Hieis do this where they do Purgatory, then of course they can use the sword after, and then they ult right after. I just want to say this does land. However, you don't want to do this when, one, you're not upgraded, because if you're not upgraded Hiei, first of all, you have to dash anyway. So if you dash and then light and then do the sword, you're on the ground right there. Accidentally held the sword too long. But right here, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be the same outcome. You're not going to be able to land it because they're not off the ground. So be very careful with that. Instead, just do Purgatory. And if you, let's say you only have 3 bars right here, so this would be the 3rd bar, just ult. And if you don't want to ult, you can go into lights right after. Maybe try and bait out an escape. Completely up to you. Alright guys, getting into the Awakening combo as upgraded Hiei. Of course, it's just going to be the same exact thing, except you're just doing a crap ton more damage. Now, what actually I do right here is after you do the Sword of Darkness Flame and After Image, I recommend actually doing Toguro, of course, after, or whatever assist you have, and then doing Purgatory. You'll see a lot of people try and sneak in a few more lights or heavies. Don't do that. It will scale, and they might be able to high speed counter in general and get out of your huge damage combo in general. So I'm gonna do it one more time. So 3 heavies or whatever, light and 2 heavies. Sword of Darkness Flames, after image, Toguro. Do not add these heavies right here. 1, they get high speed counter. 2, they might have a chance to escape. And 3 is scales, and you'll do less damage. Right here, you'll see I added a lot more to the combo. It's gonna do a little bit less damage. Now, honestly, it's a little bit of damage. However, it might come down to the wire where you do need that little bit of damage. So I'd recommend just not adding the extra heavies or lights. If you're someone that likes R3, this is what you can do. Jump and light, of course. R3, walk up, call in Toguro, and ult, the standard R3 process for most things. Of course, you can do this off of like 3 heavies or just a regular charge light in general. Toguro should land, or whatever assist you're using. I like to do 2 heavies here. Sword, after image, call in Toguro again. I have the bar, so I'm gonna use Purgatory. I'm gonna dash after instead of using the sword. Light, 1, 2, and it'll white out right here, in which I can maybe jump and do instant transmission, get him in the air. Who knows what I'll do? I'll have something planned, but the point is, good 80 to 90% combo, which is R3 in general. And of course, you can R3 off just a charge light. You don't need to jump. You can do it off 1 heavy here, walk up a little bit, call in Toguro, and it will do the same exact thing. If you want to, you can do 3 heavies. Your assist will come out as well. You don't really want your 3rd assist to hit, so you gotta do it really fast, and of course, connection might not let you. But let's see if I was able to not let Kenshin hit. Toguro should be coming up. There we go. Yep, I was able to do it. And the reason I do 2 heavies here is because on the 3rd heavy, he's like most likely gonna be able to escape, so we definitely don't want that. And as you can see, this is actually probably the best R3 to go for. It's just a little hard to just, you know, get your opponent to let you land 3 heavies into R3, because as you can see, ooh, Kenshin hit right there. The scaling's gonna get hit hard. Let's just see the difference in scaling when Kenshin hit. And plus, Toguro didn't even land and do the thing, so yeah. Alright guys, we are going to end the guide right there. Remember, if I missed anything, leave it in the comments down below. I always miss stuff. It's okay. I'm okay with it. Remember, these are just very simple things and optimal combos and very fun stuff you can do with the character, just to enhance your gameplay and just knowledge of the character in general when you're in ranks. And of course, I miss stuff. I miss stuff all the time. It's okay. Leave it in the comments. I remember the Merom guide. I missed a really big one in my opinion. Someone commented that if you grab and then half charge a light, you can actually connect it after that grab. And I would have never thought about doing that, because most times you have to grab, dash, then light. So it just never occurred to me to even try that. It is very good, because if you didn't have 2 bars to do N after the grab, you can just do a half charge light and continue the combo. So stuff like that, where I think that's actually very essential to the character that I missed, I might miss for Hiei. But then there's a bunch of other little things that I might have missed, or some little mini resets, of course. And of course, guys, there are more resets and stuff like that in my best combos video, so go check that out for Hiei. But other than that, guys, have a great one. Sorry this was so late. Hope to see you in the next one when the next 2 DLC characters are released. Have a good one. Bye.